Hi there, Chris the Geek Figure Fan here, and today we're going to take a look at another NECA figure relating to the Back to the Future franchise. So you might have seen that I previously recorded a video to the Ultimate Marty McFly figure from the NECA range. Today we're going to take a look at the Ultimate Doc Brown as well. So this figure is also based on the Doc Brown that we see in the first film. We're looking at the 1955 Doc Brown. Let's take a quick look at the box first. I think the box art on these NECA figures is always excellent. And from what I've seen so far on the figures that I've bought, the front of each box is different. So it looks to me as though the box art reflects the figure that's inside. And this figure was released as part of the 35th anniversary collection. The box itself looks great. On the back, there's a small synopsis that just says Marty McFly and Doc Brown experience the adventure of a lifetime in an unlikely time machine as they travel to the past, present, and future, setting off a time-shattering chain reaction that disrupts the space-time continuum. So anyone that's seen the film will know what that's all about. So there's a few accessories that come with this figure as well. There's a good thing about these NECA figures. I think a step up with regards to accessories from something like the Hasbro ranges, such as the Black Series, the Adventure Series, Plasma Series, etc., etc. And the Mattel figures, the Diamond Series, those kind of figures, I feel like this is probably one step up from those, and it bears out in the price as well. So these figures range from anywhere between £35 and £45, depending on where you get the figure from. But if you go looking for these figures and you find them for £40, that's probably about average really for these. So inside this box, as well as the figure himself, you get the do not open envelope from the movie. You get a drawing of the flux capacitor on what looks like kind of a napkin type piece of paper. You get a wrench. You get goggles that actually attach to the replaceable heads. So 2 replaceable heads in here, one calm and one shocked, I suppose. You get a blueprint, and you also get interchangeable hands. So you get one set gloved and one set ungloved. So let's take the figure out. We'll get it in a couple of poses and we'll have a look. The first thing that strikes me on this figure, as with pretty much all these NECA figures, is their ability to represent different fabrics in their designs. So on this figure, you've got almost like a corduroy style trouser, you've got a leather style jacket, and then you've got a cotton, almost towely fabric looking design for the shirt. All 3 look excellent. This jacket, it looks spot on. It does move a little bit, not a great deal of flexibility in the jacket, and the trousers look brilliant. I think that the design of the pants probably is the best fabric design on the figure, but the others all look great as well. There's a fine amount of articulation in these. I don't think that the NECA figures are designed for play as they much are designed for posing and standing on display. So the amount of articulation that you get in this figure is adequate for what you need, but it's not mind-blowing. You can't put Doc Brown in a multitude of crazy poses. So we had him with his calm face first, and you can see the plaster that's on the top of his head, the band-aid. The clock fell on his head while he was mounting it over the toilet. I will exchange the heads and move it over to the more animated look. I will say that changing those heads over was difficult. So if you feel like you're putting too much pressure in and that you might break the figure, I'll tell you, you still need to put even more pressure on. Once it's changed over, it's fairly simple to push the ball mechanism back into the neck of the other figure. But I have no real complaints with this. I think the attention to detail is brilliant, and I love the little touches with the do not open letter, with the sketch of the flux capacitor, because he's at a point in the movie where he's only just had that vision. The wrench looks really cool too. I like the goggles. They're a pain to fit, but I'm sure you're seeing the goggles now. They look great. They evoke that look from the film. Makes Doc Brown look even more cartoonish, I suppose. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. I can't wait to get it out on display with the other figures. Looking forward to getting a Back to the Future shelf together. Got a few more of the figures now, so I think we've got another 4 in hand that we can review. So I'll be getting those out over the next few weeks, along with a mixture of the Indiana Jones Adventure Series. So make sure you subscribe for those upcoming videos. I've also got some Star Wars Black Series figures to review, and we'll start looking back at my back catalogue of figures as well. I'll pick out some of my favourites. I've got a lot of Ghostbusters to get through, so we'll be having a look at those as well. Looking forward to that. So please hit a like on the video if you've enjoyed it. I'll be back over the next week with some more reviews and news. Thanks ever so much. Bye bye.